Hope everyone's having a great day today. So we decided to make this video for everyone today because this is probably the number one like biggest question that we get asked is like questions on bots, and actually like what bots are good, what bots should we start out with, are the more expensive bots worth it? So we're gonna go over pretty much all of the different bots that are even relevant today. I have like a list of, I think I'm gonna do in between like 10 and 14 of the top like asked bot questions basically. So in the order that I'm gonna go from lowest price up to the highest price bots like available to the market right now that you guys are familiar with. So in the description, I'm gonna put at what time I go over each bot. So if you guys aren't interested in like some of the bots I'm going over and you just want to hear specifics, go down in the description, look at the actual time for the specific bot you want and just skip to it. So you guys don't have to wait all that time to hear about the bot that you guys are interested on. I'm not gonna go over proxies, I'm not gonna go over servers. That'll probably be another video. If you guys want that, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you guys would go hit that subscribe button and go follow our Instagram at BC Archives, I would really appreciate it. It keeps me motivated to keep putting out these videos for everyone watching. If you guys do end up getting any of these bots that I talk about in this video, make sure to do it like safely. Make sure to go through Bot Broker or Bot Mart or the actual like retail provider. So if you hit one off, I know some of these bots are absolutely like nearly close to impossible to hit for retail. So if you do end up going and buying these copies, just make sure you know what you're doing when you're buying them, because I don't want to be responsible for you guys like, you know, messaging someone off Twitter. I don't recommend doing that at all. It's a very easy way to get scammed. So make sure you do go through like a reliable source. Bot Broker, Bot Mart, which is a Discord, and then also just the actual retail website. That's the best way. If you can hit a restock off one of the bots, that's the absolute best way, because Bot Broker's been experiencing some like problems right now and stuff with people like not verifying keys and everything. But just make sure you guys know what you're doing if you are going to bot these websites and actually manage to get a bot. First bot that we're going to go over is going to be Dashe. This is ranking from price from lowest up to highest. So Dashe, right? I have actually copped 2 copies of Dashe for retail, and I don't have anything good to say about Dashe at all. Even if you guys like manage to hit a restock on Dashe, like cool, you might want to go for it, but like I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. The bot I've never ever had success with. We were running it for probably 2 or 3 months, like nonstop. It was a top Shopify bot like at the time. I think back like 3 years ago when it came out. It was actually like, it was a very expensive bot. It was selling for about $1,000 if you can believe that. And now it's basically selling for like $100 for a renewal copy. It's just, the bot is horrible. Even when I got it back when it was like super hyped, I never got anything off of it. I don't know if it was because I wasn't running it too well or what the deal was, but Dashe was not the move. Dashe, so if you guys don't know, Dashe works on Shopify, Yeezy Supply, and they added Supreme now, which was a newer addition to Dashe. They didn't have that back in the day. Dashe was strictly a Shopify bot, and they added Yeezy Supply like way later, but it was strictly Shopify, so people were running like Dover Street Market and those type of websites. I never had success with it ever. We would go after, like, I remember going after the Vapor Maxes when they dropped the second pair, the like dark ones, and then they dropped the white ones as well. I remember going after those. We went after Wave Runners. We went after a numerous like amount of stuff, and nothing ever hit with Dashe. So I ended up selling my copy at least a year and a half ago. I sold both copies for $700. So we've been botting for quite a while now. We've been botting for like 4 years. Dashe we got 2 years after we started botting, so we were still like pretty not new into the botting game. Like we knew what we were doing with bots. Usually when we get a new bot, we can figure it out within a couple of weeks. We have it pretty down, like pretty good. Dashe, it was not one of those bots. It seemed like every time I created tasks, every time I put in a link, like it wouldn't find the item. First of all, just had trouble finding products. it just wasn't a good bot. So up next is gonna be Hastey. Hastey, if you guys don't know what Hastey is, it's a little bit more of an underground bot. It was on Bot Broker. They did remove all asks on Bot Broker. I'm not sure why. I think Hastey like wasn't allowing Bot Broker to sell their keys anymore. So Hastey is a bot strictly for Supreme. So just a Supreme bot. It does okay. I had it actually. I still have it and I do not use it anymore. Just because I have better Supreme bots now that I run. I don't even want to really waste my time with Hastey. Hastey is a very, very like beginner bot. It's very simple. It doesn't have the highest success rates. You can usually find a copy for about $100 if you're looking in the right place. But I still have mine. If any of you guys do want it, let me know. I will sell it. I have had success on Hastey though before. I had success on one drop. I only ran on 4 or 5 drops with Hastey, and I did hit one of those drops with Hastey. It was the Ganesh jacket. I think I hit one of them off Hastey. So I don't have bad things to say about Hastey. It's sure like it's not keeping up though right now as well as some of the other bots. It's kind of like going downhill, I would say. But I can't speak fully on that because I haven't actually used it in a little while. But Hastey resells for about $100, maybe a little bit less for a renewal copy. B&B. B&B is a Nike only bot, so it's a bot designed for strictly sneakers app. It does pretty good right now, actually. I'm not gonna lie. People are having pretty good success with B&B right now. And the good news for you is you can go get B&B right now. It is available to everybody. They don't sell out. It's not a bot company that does limited amount of copies. It's unlimited amount of copies, and it's $200 retail on Better Nike Bot's website. So it is kind of a difficult bot to use. It's not difficult. It's more difficult though if you're a beginner with bots. It's one of the bots that's a little bit more complicated. The codes and stuff was written a long time ago for it. It was designed in like early 2000s, I think. So it's like a really old looking bot. They haven't updated how it looks or anything. So it is an older looking bot. It does perform pretty well though. It performs the best on Nike as of now for sure. Bots do not perform on Nike's like website sneakers at all. Sneakers, I don't know what's Nike's doing, but like they're preventing bots like to a T. It's $200, so it's not like a huge investment, but it's a good bot to kind of learn with. You do like each one of these bots, guys, you do have to put time in. You do have to actually learn the bot. You can't expect to just get the bot and know exactly what to do. Like you have to put weeks, months, even like years into some of these bots to really like perform super well and find out what actually works. The next Nike bot up, it's gonna be Ghost Sneakers. So Ghost has 2 bots out, Ghost Sneakers and then Phantom. I'm gonna get into Phantom later. I'm not gonna talk about Phantom now, but Phantom will be later in the video. So if you do want to see Phantom, skip. But Ghost Sneakers, right? So I do have Ghost Sneakers currently. I got it a long time ago for retail, back when Ghost Sneakers first came out. It was a little bit before the Travis Scott 4s released, the blue pair. And Ghost was doing extremely well. Like Ghost was botting sneakers like crazy. Ghost was reselling for $1,000. So I hit that for retail. I think they dropped like 10-20 copies, and I was one of the lucky few that actually got through and actually hit it for retail. I was so happy. I remember when I hit that. So I tried it a few times. This was when I was a little bit, there was a period, like it was probably a year like in my life that I wasn't running bots. We kind of like just stopped running bots for a while. And I did hit this, so we kind of got back into it a little bit. And I didn't hit anything off Ghost Sneakers. Even when this thing restocked and I got it for retail, I used it for 2 or 3 drops and I still didn't manage to hit anything off of it. Everybody else seemed to be like doing decent with it, but I was just getting back into bots, so like I was, remembering exactly what to do and everything, but I didn't have good luck with it, so I did end up selling it. I sold it for $1,000. I wouldn't recommend it though, honestly. The guys over that do the designs for like Ghost and Phantom, they're really good at like botting and stuff. But like I said, sneakers is just a hard website to figure out, so I don't think it's really their fault, because they did do Phantom too, and Phantom's like excellent bot. So I would recommend like B&B over Ghost as of now if you want to try to bot sneakers. I wouldn't go for Ghost yet until they push like a major update. So next up is Velox. So you guys have probably been hearing a lot about Velox recently. It's a pretty high trending bot right now. So Velox is a Supreme bot. It does work pretty well on Supreme. I actually do own it. I haven't had success with it yet though, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got it like probably a month ago. We've only ran it like one time, so I'm not gonna speak to whether it's like super successful or not, but people do have success with Velox. So Velox is a good like starter bot if you don't want to spend in the $500-600 range and you want to spend a little bit less and you go through Botmart. I think you can get Velox for like 320, 350 bucks, somewhere around there. So if you do want like a beginner starting bot, I would go with something like Velox. I hear it's a really good success among most people. I'm probably going to be running it next drop, so I'll have a little bit more to say about Velox. But yeah, Velox is a good overall bot, so if you guys do want just a starter bot, go for Velox for Supreme. Velox is really user friendly, so that's one thing that I like about it. When I first got Velox, I got right on. It was pretty easy to use. The layout is really well designed, honestly. It's a pretty easy bot to manage. So if you guys are a little bit like nervous about getting a bot because you think it'll be too complicated, Velox is a good one to start out with and kind of learn the ins and outs of it. F3. So F3 is strictly a Supreme bot as well. F3 was like at the top of the charts, I would say, for Supreme bots like a month or two ago. F3 has gone down a bit. Prices are sitting around 300 bucks. You can get a copy F3 for 300 bucks. It isn't doing very well though right now, so I honestly wouldn't recommend getting F3 right now. Like if you would have asked me a month or two ago, 100%. F3 was, I think, like 600 bucks. It was around there, 500 or 600 bucks for F3, and it was destroying Supreme. Like F3 was the newest bot. Like I think F3 took off the quickest. I remember hearing F3, and then a month later F3 was reselling. Everybody was cooking Supreme with F3. I remember San Francisco BOGOs, when they did the shock drop, F3 was ran and F3 took a lot of stock. So F3 would be a good one looking, like to look into it, I would say. I don't recommend just going and jumping into F3. If you are looking for a strict Supreme bot, I would look between Velox and F3. They're very similar in price, and they do update constantly. So there's no telling like if one can kind of take off faster than the other, but I would kind of just keep up on that, talk to people, make sure you follow their Twitter. They post all of their success. That's a good way to tell if a bot's like doing really good, is their Twitter account will just post a ton of success. If they only post like 1 or 2 posts, they're probably not doing very good at the moment. But bots update like multiple times a week. Good bots update almost every day, just to keep up with websites, keep up with the back end of stuff. So just like keep an eye on Twitter, guys. Honestly, that's how I like kind of plan what bot I'm gonna get next, is just from all the success that I see from people and I hear bots like doing good. And good bots will update a lot more often than others. Just like developers will work a little bit harder to push out updates. So when you get into some of the more expensive bots, you have better chances of actually like high success rates, because they want you to get those success rates. They're working super hard to put out updates faster than the other providers. Kickstation. So the Kickstation was doing extremely good a little while back. It has dropped off, just like a lot of these bots that I'm talking about. I wouldn't recommend getting the Kickstation right now. The Kickstation was destroying foot sites. So like Foot Locker, Champs, East Bay, all those sites, like the Kickstation was just taking all the stock. I would say it was the best like foot site bot, and I love botting foot sites. That's one of my favorite like websites to deal with, because it's a lot of fun and you actually have like pretty good chance if you know what you're doing. So yeah, the Kickstation was doing really good on that. I think now it's sitting at about $250 resale if you want a copy. I wouldn't recommend it though right now until they push further updates. Splashforce. So Splashforce is used for Adidas, Shopify, Supreme, and like most anticipated is Yeezy Supply. So Splashforce does insane with Easy Supply. It's better than any other bot for Easy Supply from what I hear. I haven't actually ran it and I do not own it, but from what I hear from everybody is it does extremely well on Easy Supply. So if you want a good bot for like Easy Supply drops, in the future too, Easy Supply is a really up and coming website. Kanye drops like most of his stuff on there, and he does drop reflective versions of stuff as well. Easy Supply is exclusive to that, so Easy Supply does get a lot of exclusive shoes that sometimes have insane high resale prices. So if you guys think it's worth it to you, just to go on a bot like strictly for Easy Supply, I would look into Splash Force. It's resells for about 600 bucks right now, so that's like a mid-range price. I know that's getting up there, but if you think about it, like one pair of Azel's 700s would have paid for your Splash Force bot. So it's kind of how you have to look at it. You do have to be successful with it though. So if you don't think that you're gonna actually get into it, don't spend 600 bucks on a bot. Next up is Phantom. So this is a bot that I use currently for almost every drop. I love Phantom like so much. It's a very reasonably priced bot. I paid $700 for mine like a month ago, so I overpaid a little bit. I did get on Bot Broker. He went through Bot Mart, but you can get it anywhere from like, I would say $550 up to like $750 for a renewal copy. Phantom is an amazing bot. I think it's an up and coming bot that's gonna like go a little bit higher in price. I think it deserves a little bit higher in price. So it runs foot sites, it runs Finish Line, it runs Dick's Sporting Goods, which like really no other bot does good on. Phantom does extremely well on Dick's. So it also runs Easy Supply. I've had really good success with Phantom on Easy Supply. It kind of depends what Easy Supply is doing with their website. So recently the Easy Supply drops have been just horrible. They've put the sale on hold like 3 to 4 multiple times. They'll stop it for 45 minutes, they'll start it for 20 minutes, then they'll stop it again. Phantom doesn't do good on those type of drops. So if Easy Supply is having major like server problems, Phantom doesn't do great. But if Easy Supply is running like it should, which is most of the time, Phantom does amazing. You start your tasks right as the sale goes live and you just kind of let it do its thing, and it's really, really good. Phantom does extremely well on Finish Line as well. Finish Line basically puts you in a queue, as well as foot sites now put you in a queue. Phantom will sit in that queue for a while, and once those tasks start getting past that queue, like, you're gonna check out a ton of pairs. So Phantom does work on Supreme as well. I've only ran for a couple drops on Supreme with Phantom, and I haven't seen the highest success rates with Supreme and Phantom. I think Phantom's best thing is like Finish Line, Easy Supply, and then I would say Foot Sites and Supreme are like its next tier. I think they need to do a little bit more work on Supreme because sometimes it takes a little bit too long to pick up items. While as like other bots like Cyber, Balko, they'll pick up that drop instantly and they'll actually get those checkouts processing. Phantom is a little bit slower with that, I've seen, which for some drops it can be a good thing because it can like delay the item if it's not as hyped of a drop. But we have Takashi Murakami box logo coming up this week on Friday. I'm kind of nervous for Phantom. I don't know how it's going to work. Hopefully Mech and Cyber will have me on that, but we'll see how Phantom does. I hope Phantom pushes an update of some sort because you know box logos sell out within 10 seconds, and I don't think Phantom is at the point yet to where you even have 10 seconds. So yeah, but Phantom overall, amazing bot for pretty much every website. I highly recommend starting out with Phantom. So a lot of people DM me asking me what bot to start out with, and I tell pretty much everyone Phantom. Phantom is an excellent bot. I would recommend starting out with. Very easy to use too, very like user friendly, the layout's super nice. So Phantom's doing their thing, and they are doing a good job. Next up is one of my favorite bots at the moment, and is Mech Preem. So Mech Preem is not based in the US where I live and where I'm from. It's based overseas. They do a really, really good job with Supreme. So Mech Preem is strictly a Supreme based bot. It's not an all-in-one. So it doesn't work on any of like Shopify websites, Adidas, Easy Supply, any of those websites. It's just Supreme. So Mech Preem does an amazing job. They push a lot of updates out like constantly, and I think that's why they do so good. They also have like Supreme Europe to worry about, and they have Supreme US, and they have Supreme Japan to worry about. So they basically update the bot all the time depending on which region. They have setup guides which are really good and in depth. And it's a little bit more of a I would say complicated bot to run. Not complicated, but the layout is a little bit more confusing than other bots. It's not as organized. But if you just start making tasks on that thing, like normally we run I would say like 70 to 100 tasks, and Mech Preem, like I say, has a 70% success rate for each drop. I would say 70% of the drops we run on Mech we actually hit on Mech. I would say it's about the same as Cyber. They're very comparable. It's either like one drop will hit big on Cyber or one drop will hit big on Mech. They're always like working back to back. They work together extremely well. Mech resells for anywhere from 600 to 700 bucks. If you want a Supreme bot, like a really good Supreme bot, I would say the best right now in the game, I would rank Mech #1 for Supreme, honestly, with Cyber kind of. But if you want just strictly a Supreme bot and you don't want to spend 4,000 bucks on Cyber, I would totally recommend Mech. We've hit bandana box logo tees, 10 of them to be exact, on one copy of Mech. We've hit Lamborghini, furs. We've hit a ton of t-shirts, Tupac tees. So a lot of success on Mech. We did get Mech back in December when box logo hoodies dropped. We didn't hit any of the hoodies on Mech. I don't think, we hit them all on Cyber. But Mech did extremely well the next drop and all of the following drops. So I totally recommend Mech to all of you if you want a Supreme bot. Project Destroyer. So Project Destroyer is a really good bot. One of my best friends has it. He uses it. I actually don't own it yet. It's one of the bots though that I really want to get. It works really good on Yeezy Supply. From what I hear, it works good on Adidas somewhat. Not many bots work good on Adidas anymore. And then Supreme. It does do good on Supreme too. And then Foot Sites as well. So Project Destroyer is an all-in-one. It works on pretty much everything. That's another one that I tell people to start out with. So Phantom and Project Destroyer are my top two to tell you to kind of research if you want to starting out bot that doesn't absolutely like break the bank. Project Destroyer is a very solid bot. They have a good layout, but it is very complicated. It's a lot more not user friendly, so it's not as user friendly as Phantom is. Phantom has a really very simple layout, and then Project Destroyer is really cool. You can like change the background to like Kanye and do all this fancy stuff with it, but it is a little bit more complicated to use. So I would say Project Destroyer is an amazing bot to start out with. If you're a little more advanced like with technology and stuff, Project Destroyer would probably be a good one to start out with, as well as Phantom. So I would look at Project Destroyer and Phantom, kind of weigh out both of your options. But Project Destroyer, amazing bot. I wish I had more personal experience with it. Resale on Project Destroyer is around 700 bucks. Getting into the higher tier price ranges, now we're in the bots that are well over $1,000. So Balko coming in at a little bit over $1,000. I put this is one of the last bots I'm going to be reviewing. I think you guys know a couple of the last two, but the third one is going to be Balko. So Balko resells for about 1,500 bucks right now, give or take, either way a few $100. Just depends kind of where you get it, honestly. Balko is a very good bot for Shopify. So Balko really like rules the Shopify game, and it does extremely well on Shopify. People that have Balko tend to like to bot Shopify more than others. I don't like botting Shopify. Shopify is not fun to bot. It's extremely hard, and it basically, the drops don't last long. You don't have much time to think. You're there, done, boom, in 1 minute. So Balko, if you want to start botting Shopify and websites that are extremely hard to cop off of with very low quantities, Balko is a really good one to look out for. We are almost done with this video. Second to last bot, one I'm super excited to talk about, is Kodai. So Kodai has been killing it, absolutely destroying stuff. It's been up there with Cybersole, and it is almost reaching Cybersole price. It's still a ways away, but I can totally see that coming. Kodai is one of the bots that I'm actually waiting to get right now. It's one of the next ones that I'm going to be purchasing. I'm saving up for it. It's easier to buy a bot too if you guys have friends that do this with you. Hey, tell them, say, hey, we need to split this, you know, we'll share it, whatever, because I actually do split a few of my bots with my best friends. So Kodai is just insane from what I see on Twitter, from what I hear from people. Basically, they kill Supreme, they kill Shopify, they do all right on other sites, but like Supreme and Shopify, they're destroying it. Kodai is amazing on Shopify. I would say Kodai is even better than Balko, and Balko's amazing for Shopify as well. When you get into some of these bots, they're insanely expensive. So I know some of you guys watching this say like, I can't spend 3,000 bucks on a bot, and look at some of those lower ones and start out with those, make some money, save up for these higher end bots. But there's a reason why some of these bots are 3,000 bucks, and it's because they do extremely well. Developers are a little bit better on certain bots than others, of course, but Kodai is one that I really hope to have in my collection soon. So you guys will probably see Kodai. I'm assuming in the next month or two we'll have Kodai. I'm probably going to split it with someone. When you look at it, basically 1,500 bucks a piece. It's not as bad as thinking of spending 3,000 bucks on it by yourself. So Kodai, I will hopefully see you soon. Kodai does basically raffles too on their Twitter. It links it to their website. They'll do like a 24-hour Twitter raffle. They'll get 5,000 entries or so, and they'll pick like 10 winners. So it is extremely hard to purchase Kodai for retail. I think you know what's coming, what's up next, probably what a lot of you guys are even here watching for, and that is Cybersole. So Cybersole is my favorite bot that I currently run. I went half in it with Chandler. We each spent, I want to say 2,000 bucks or close to it. We spent $4,000 on that bot. It's the most expensive bot that we own. Cybersole does an excellent job on pretty much everything. We did get Cybersole back in November. I want to say we bought Cybersole in November. So we've had it for 5 or 6 months now. And it is just absolutely like destroying still on a consistent basis. Bots you'll see go in and out like pretty quick. They'll have their hot time for 6 months and they'll hit the road. Cybersole has been consistent now for 2 or 3 years, and there's a reason why their bot is $4,000. It's an amazing program. The layout is excellent. The way you put in your proxies, even the way you make tasks, there's no lag, there's no confusion. It's all like set in stone. It's all right there. It's very easy to use, super user friendly, and it has the highest success rates. Like over anybody, Cybersole still consistently is the top. Everybody, when Cybersole announces a restock, everybody goes crazy on Twitter. I think everybody knows that Cybersole still controls like the botting game basically. So Cybersole can bot Supreme, they can bot everything basically but Yeezy Supply and like Adidas. They can drop like any custom Shopify site, you can put them custom URLs, bot pretty much everything. They still have not added Yeezy Supply, Adidas yet. I think Yeezy Supply is coming though in Cyber 5.0, which they've been teasing us about in Twitter and the Discord. Everybody's kind of hinting towards Cyber 5.0. When Cyber 4.0 came out, it was like a huge deal, and that's kind of what kicked them into even the next level. Their bot was reselling. I remember I was gonna buy a copy for 1,000 bucks like a year and a half ago. It was on Cybersole like 3.0 or 2 or whatever it was, and it was $1,000. And I remember thinking to myself, like $1,000 for this, like no way. And it's now almost 4,000 bucks for a renewal copy. You can get one probably for a little bit less, but it's an expensive bot, and there's a reason why. So like I said, we've had it for now 6 months or so, and we have made our money back on Cybersole and even exceeded that. We've made more money on Cybersole than we've spent on it, of course, and it's been 6 months. So that investment that we put into Cybersole is totally worth it now. And now we even have all of our money back. Even if we wanted to sell Cybersole, we'd still be in profit. So I totally recommend Cybersole if you guys can afford it and if you're very serious into bodying. If you're not very serious into it and you've never had bodying experience before, don't sell all of your shoes and all your Supreme and go buy Cybersole. Like, I'd recommend starting with one of the basic ones, really learning about bots, learning what proxies are, learning if you need a server or not, really learning the in and outs of like addresses and everything like that. Another really cool feature with Cybersole is Cyber has an app out. So they have an app for any Android users or Apple users. The app is super user friendly as well. So what this is convenient for, and this is huge, especially like for me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys as well, is you can start and stop tasks when you're on the go. So basically it's like a remote desktop kind of for just when you're on your go. You can do it on your cell phone, which is absolutely crazy to me. So you can have your computer left on at home, and basically when I'm in class, this is what this is good for. When I'm actually in class and I'm not at home, and I have to be in class, like I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well, I can actually start tasks from my phone and go to the bathroom real quick, you know, or right before class. I can start tasks, stop tasks if I don't want to use my proxy data. So it's so convenient. You can actually solve captchas on your phone as well, which is huge to me. So they basically get sent from your computer to your phone. I don't know how they do that. It still has some glitches with it, so it's not super accurate. I don't recommend doing that. If you're on the go though and you really have no other choice, it's better than not doing anything at all, and then having captchas pop up for certain websites and there's nothing you can do about it, so you don't result in any checkouts. But this app is so convenient, so that's another huge plus to Cybersole. But Cybersole, excellent bot, and that should be all of your guys' top goal to probably get. If you're in the botting game, you're definitely going to want to get Cyber. Like, it's the best thing ever. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, go leave a like, go subscribe. I have actual videos of a lot of these bots in action being used, live Supreme drops, sneaker drops, and then unboxings as well. So go check out the channel, go hit that subscribe button. You guys have a great rest of your day. Leave any questions down below in the comments. I will do my best to answer them if I can answer them. So thank you.